Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Beyond Headlines. Beyond Headlines, like you know, is a joint venture between the Public and HW News Network. So I have my friend and colleague and election expert, polling expert, Mr. Anandvardhan, right with me, and we talk about what happened in the assembly elections. We talk about what is going to happen in the assembly elections. So that's broadly this program. Okay, Singh Saab, before we start the program, let me take our audience through Manipur and the basic statistics of Manipur. That is how we can start this program, and then we will come to Uttar Pradesh, because normally Uttar Pradesh takes kind of a long time to explain. So let's start with Manipur. And Manipur, two phases, 60 seats, two phases. First phase starts on 20th of February, which is Monday. Second phase, 5th of March. That's the two phase. And the first phase, we see 38 seats going to poll, and second phase 22 seats. So that's what the phases looks like. Like I told you, 60-member assembly, that means 31 seats to win the assembly. Now, the current government in Manipur is that of Bharatiya Janata Party led NDA, Bharatiya Janata Party, National People's Party, Naga People's Front, and Lok Janashakti Party. This is the combination, this is the current combination, and of course, the Chief Minister of Manipur is Bharatiya Janata Party's N. Biren Singh. The interesting fact is that it was Congress that was the single largest party in Manipur in 2017, where they won 28 seats. They were just short of around 3 seats to get the absolute majority. But then as things unfolded, dynamics changed, numbers changed, and Bharatiya Janata Party led government is today ruling the state. Now, one more very interesting data on this, Singh Saab, and that is actually the voters. Okay, according to the latest census, we have 9,85,119 male voters in Manipur and 10,49,639 female voters, which technically means female voters are more than the men voters in Manipur. Now, this is where it stands at the moment. Now, if you look at this, if you juxtapose this data to the contestant, it is very interesting. Let me take you through the parties and the number of contestants in this particular state. Bharatiya Janata Party, Singh Saab, is contesting for 60 seats. They've got 57 male voters out of the 60 seats and 67 male candidates, my apologies, out of the 60 seats and 3 female candidates. National Congress Party has got 53, is contesting in 53 seats. 50 of them are male candidates, 3 female. Communist Party of India, 2 seats, 1 male, 1 female. Naga People's Front contesting from 9 seats, all 9 males. National People's Party contesting from 39 seats, 37 males, 2 females. Janata Dal United contesting from 38 seats, 37 males, 1 female. Nationalist Congress Party, Sharad Pawar's Nationalist Congress Party contesting from 6 seats, contesting from 8 seats, my apologies, 6 males, 2 female. Shiva Sena contesting in 9 seats with 9 male candidates, no female candidates. Republican Party of India, that is Athavale, contesting in 9 seats, 9 male candidates, no female candidates. Very ironic, Singh Saab, very ironic that in spite of the fact that the voters, there are more female voters than the male voters, the political party, including INC, which talks about ladki hu, lad sakti hu, these parties, the number of female voters are decimal, except for communists who are contesting in 2 seats, 1 male, 1 female. All the other party they're not even giving 10% of the seats to female candidates. Very unfortunate. So this is part 1. Part 2 is most of the opinion poll said that the Bharatiya Janata Party led NDA may come back to power, but ground reports say that it could be tough, because Congress and some of Congress allies are also posing a very, very tough competition to the NDA. So this is what Manipur is, Singh Saab. I give the mic to you for Uttar Pradesh.
Yes. Now, Uttar Pradesh has already completed 4 phases of election. About 60% seats are already, have decided the fate of the parties. Uh, Now, this is the fifth phase, which has the largest number of candidates or largest number of constituencies, 61 out of 12 districts. Technically, one district, Raebareli, has only one seat, and rest of the 11 seats are complete districts in this. Now, this is interesting because again there is a mix in this. There is a part of Awadh, uh, part of Eastern UP, but that Eastern UP, one part is that Devi Patan Mandal, which is Bahraij, Gonda, uh, all that. Then we have Ayodhya, Faizabad Mandal, otherwise the old Faizabad Mandal, now it is called Ayodhya Mandal or Ayodhya Commissionary. Now, these 61 seats, BJP again, as we said, in the fourth and fifth phase, these are the stronghold of BJP. In last election, out of the 61, BJP won 51. Two was won by their allies, Apna Dal of Anupriya Patel. So they had around 53 seats in these out of these 61 seats. Now, this time, this is going to be a very tall order for BJP to defend these 53 seats, because to even have 30 seats or 31 seats so that they are 50-50 will be a very tough thing for them. I will just tell you about one district. Like a district like Gonda, which 7 out of 7 had gone to BJP in the last election. This time, it is to retain even 4 seats out of 7 is difficult task. As the things stand today, more or less 3 seats are going Gadbandhan or Sapa way, 2 seats are going as BJP way, and there are fight in 2 seats. So 3 plus 2 and fight in 2 seats. If we say 50-50 for these, closely contested seats, then it end up with 4 seats to Gadbandhan and 3 seats to BJP. In Gonda, where it was 7-0. Now, having said that, uh, BJP, after this, you will see the big wigs, because the opposition, Akhilesh Yadav, Jayant Chaudhary, and Mayawati ji, their hometown or their home district, they have already, the elections are already held. Now they are coming to the area where technically the BJP leaders' home districts are there, like Modi ji, Banaras, from where he is an MP, Yogi ji, Gorakhpur, from where he was an MP and now he is fighting a MLA seat, Keshav Prasad Maurya, Allahabad, again. Then we have Anupriya Patel, Sanjay Nishad, and even from the opposition side, Om Prakash Rajbhar. This is the area which is his stronghold. So it will be interesting to see that how this opposition and how BJP rallies around, how they are convincing their voters, what new slogans they are coining, because narrative of BJP is still not finalized. Still they are harping on the same Hindu Muslim. Nothing new has come up till now.
Okay, there is one thing new, Singh Saab, which has come up and which you spoke about in your yesterday's third eye, which I found very interesting, is Modi ji saying, "Aayega to yogi hi." You know, that statement was quite profound, isn't it? What do you analyze of that statement?
आएगा तो मोदी ही, आएगा
Yogi.
तो excuse me, आएगा तो योगी ही, in my opinion, was not an innocent statement. It was a very thought of, and it was done it was addressed to a lot of people. It was addressed to his own cadre. It was addressed to the electorate. It was addressed to the leaders of BJP, and so forth and so on. First of all, in my opinion, one thing is more or less decided, that the leader of BJP in Uttar Pradesh is going to be Yogi Adityanath ji, because there were confusions as far as the leadership, who will become the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. till yesterday, there were talks that if BJP comes with a reduced majority, and a lot of people were talking that uh, the few people, few bigwigs in BJP wants that BJP should come with a reduced majority so that they can get rid of Yogi Adityanath and someone else takes over. This was a general thing which people were talking. Now, I was of the opinion, not today, for last 3-4 months, that if BJP forms a government, maybe with 100 seats or maybe with 400 seats, it is Yogi ji only who will lead this government of BJP, if BJP forms a government. Now, Modi ji has more or less said that in no uncertain terms, that if we form a government, and which he is very hopeful that they are going to form the government, then Yogi ji will be the chief minister. Now, with this, what are the disadvantages which BJP is facing? Number one, as soon as Modi ji says that Yogi ji is going to be the chief minister, the backward community, which was very hopeful in 2017, because when Keshav Prasad Maurya was the president of BJP, when Swami Prasad Maurya and Dara Singh, a lot of people crossed over to BJP, and they were in a way worked towards the victory of BJP, were hopeful that the backward community will get the representation as chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, which was not done. Yogi ji became the chief minister. But this time again, Keshav Prasad Maurya, not once, time and again was talking that it will be the MLAs, the elected MLAs of BJP will decide that who is going to be the chief minister. Secondly, there are talks that, at number of places, that A.K. Sharma, if you remember, the man, the IS officer who was sent from center, who resigned and who came to UP, it was said that he will become the deputy chief minister. Then it was said that he will become the home minister. But he finally was made one of the 17 vice presidents of UP BJP. There are talks that he will become the chief minister. Then there were talks that some Brahmin face might come as a surprise choice after the elections. But all these matters are now at rest. It is absolutely clear that Yogi ji is going to lead BJP post-election. Now, if this happens, the aspirations of those backwards, the aspirations of the Brahmin community is more or less decided. So now they know that their leader from their community is not going to become the chief minister. There is a possibility that they might opt for some other party. And today it is a bipolar election. Some other party means either BJP or Gathbandhan led by Samajwadi Party. So in my opinion, these two things has happened. It is, though Modi ji in all earnest might have given this statement, but end of the day, it is going to damage BJP only.
See, Singh Saab, I have an opinion on this. See, the point is BJP, if you see as a party, and especially Narendra Modi as the leader of BJP, the supreme leader of BJP, has always been talking about arrogant branding. When I say arrogant branding, what I mean is Aayega to Modi hi. That was one kind of a branding that happened at one point in time in 2019. If you remember the Maharashtra elections, where Maharashtra Chief Minister, the former Maharashtra Chief Minister, who was also the leader of Maharashtra, Bharatiya Janata Party in Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, he went to various forums and said that me parat yein, which means I'll come back. So it was, arrogance was a part and parcel of Bharatiya Janata Party's branding. Arrogance coupled with absolute super confidence. So somewhere down the line, this symbolism was used by Bharatiya Janata Party through and through. So Narendra Modi going out and saying that, Aayega to Yogi is an arrogant statement, which is not only helping himself and his party, it is helping the rank and file, and especially the people who are hardcore Bharatiya Janata Party supporters. They like this arrogance in the party. They like that spirit in that party where they say that kuch bhi karo yaar, tum jo karna hai karo, aayega to yahi. A kind of condescending kind of a brand option. So that's what I think, Singh Saab, the story is.
Yes, Suriji, I fully endorse your view. Fully, I endorse your view because this arrogant posture. If you see that even the Jai Shri Ram, no, Jai Shri Ram is more or less used as a war cry. It is not used as a something like a prayer and Jai Siya Ram, Ram Ram, Siya Ram. It is used as a Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. It is used as a war cry. Same way, I mean, just to make something to make people understand better, these days there is a fashion of people putting posters behind their car of angry Hanuman. No, this is very, very. I mean, I have never seen Bhagwan in an angry mood. So there is a poster of angry Hanuman, and it is light, and it is there. People are putting that poster. So I agree that they want to posture it as a arrogant something with an iron hand and something who is talking of thok denge, someone who is talking of I will bulldoze it. They want it that way, and I also agree to your thinking that this was also to address their own cadre, their own and the voters, the sympathizers, so that they also get motivated that everything is not lost. That posture of Yogi ji, that thok denge, remains, and it has the full endorsement of the party and the supreme leadership in the party.
Talking about another narrative, talking about another statement that was made by Amit Shah this time, he spoke about Mayawati going to get Muslim votes and not just Samajwadi Party. Okay, there are two questions to this thing, sir. Question number one is, was he endorsing Mayawati ji? Was he endorsing BSP? Which means that, or was he luring BSP? If my second question is, if he was luring BSP, does that mean that BSP is not already aligned with BJP tacitly or whatever, as it was commonly known? What exactly was the statement for?
Yes, it is absolutely clear because this statement was not made in a press conference. This statement was not made in a public meeting. This statement was made in a interview given in his own residence in a relaxed mood. So it is not off the cuff. It is not something like it has just came like that. It is a well thought over statement which he has made. Uh, he was giving interview to some TV channel. Now, when he said there that BSP is doing very well, Muslims are voting for BSP. Now, what is happening? There was a time when it was said that BSP or AIMIM are the B team of BJP, because it was felt that like AIMIM or BSP, when they come, they polarize the Hindu votes for BJP, because this time the maximum number of Muslim candidates given by a single party is BSP. They have given a lot of tickets to Muslim candidates, more than Samajwadi Party. The game plan was this, that the Muslim votes will get split between Samajwadi Party and BSP. It has not happened. On ground, what is happening? Somehow, all the Muslims, majority, when I say all the Muslim, I will say majority of the Muslims are behind Samajwadi Party Gathbandhan. Irrespective whether the candidate is Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, whatever it is, they are voting for Samajwadi Party candidate. They Before that, what was happening? At times, the Muslim voter was so it was said that they do a tactical voting, that whosoever will defeat BJP, they will vote that party. But this time, no. This time they are voting for Samajwadi Party and Samajwadi Party only, irrespective whether that candidate is in fight or not. Sensing that, the other problem was this, that uh, initially it was thought that the Dalit or the OBC votes, which has gone from BSP to BJP, will stay there. But after Mayawati ji becoming active and BSP has its own strength and pocket of influence, it was seen that this backward and the Dalit voters, which has gone from BSP to BJP, is coming back to BSP. it is the when the BSP is candidate is stronger, it was damaging BJP more than as compared to SP candidate. Now Amit Shah, after fourth phase of election, understood that if BJP does well, if BJP does well, it is at the cost of BJP. Which initially it was thought that if BSP is going to do well, it will be at the cost of SP. So he has to do the midway course correction. He wants that BSP in 5th, 6th, 7th, which is going to be influential thing for BSP, because out of 10 MPs, 6 MPs are in these phases. Now they want that BSP be should be seen as a not a very relevant player. They should be seen as someone who also ran, so that BJP is in a position to retain their hold on the OBC and the Dalit voters.
But Mayawati, on the other hand, was very appreciative of that statement where she said that Amit Shah ji is a great leader and all of that. So Mayawati sees this as a
There are two ways of looking at it. There are one way of looking at it is that Mayawati ji was also knowing that if she during an election, because after casting her vote, she gave that statement ki Amit Shah ji bahut mahan aadmi hai and things like that. Now Mayawati ji is also a very seasoned politician. So you can also take it this way that she made this statement so that the BJP voters, especially the Dalit and the backward voters who were coming back to Mayawati ji, keeps on coming back to Mayawati ji, because there are certain very committed voters of BJP who are looking for an alternative. They are very angry with BJP at the central level and at the state level. They don't want to vote SP. Now, if BSP is an alternative, they will vote for them. So Mayawati ji, you can also say tactically, purposely made this a statement so that end of the day, these Dalit and the backward votes come back to Mayawati ji.
So, Singh Saab, my final question to you, as usual, four phases. How does it look now?
I'm very clear on that. After four phases, it is not neck to neck. The SP Gadbandhan is ahead of BJP. There is absolutely no doubt on that. And then BJP and followed by BSP.
So that's the way it's going to look. And now I think, therefore, it is going to be very important where BSP is going to move to. That's going to be very important. And as things progress, BSP is coming through as a possible kingmaker. That is, if SP can't cross the mark on its own, isn't it, Singh Saab?
In my opinion, I don't think so. It will be a hung assembly. In my opinion, it is going to be a very clear verdict. It is going to be, if SAPA gets a majority, it will be a very clear majority. It will be not something like 190, 200, 205, 206. It will be a very clear-cut majority, whosoever wins.
So with that, Singh Saab, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you.